Please welcome Robert Baril.
Thank you. This is awesome. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. My lady and I have not had a single fight over the last 8 months. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We got divorced, and that really sealed the deal. She actually wrote that joke, by the way. She has my opener now. We don't fight anymore. We used to fight often. One of the main causes of conflict in our relationship was the fact that for about 4 years, we shared a home with her 79-year-old father, Al. Yeah, he had a very hard gig in this house, Al did. He had to watch 6 to 7 hours of cable news a day and make sure the dishwasher never made it through a full cycle. And he killed it. You guys, didn't miss a single day in 4 years. Didn't take one 24-hour period off. He's like the Cal Ripken Jr. of not knowing how one fucking device in this house worked. He's the Iron Man of dipshittery, relentlessly confused. 1 week he lost 3 of 5 to the toaster. You're probably wondering, how does that happen, Robert? Well, let me break it down for you guys. When a normal person operates the dishwasher, first off, not coming from a place of fear. What they will do is turn it on and then do anything else. I think that's the trick. What Al would do, a bit of a wild card, my former father-in-law, curveball, if you will. Marches to the beat of a dead drummer, Al. What Al would do is he'd turn it on, then he'd stare at the thing for a half hour like a goddamn hidden image poster till he didn't hear water anymore. Then he panicked and punched cancel. Every time. Then he called me, mortified, because he'd done it again. Robert, I stopped the dishwasher. I don't think it's done. Well, if you stopped it, Al, how could it be? Did you pick up my blood pressure medication, Robert? Yes, I did, Al, but I just took all of it because this is the shit you put me through. Lined up all the pills on the dashboard, head-butted it as hard as I could, and snorted what stayed on. I'm glad you're living with us, man. Hey, Easter's coming up. How about you clog the toilet twice in a day? That'll be a fun way to honor the Savior, right? Heroes again, now soak in this water. It's a thrill to have you. Oh my God, he clogged the toilet at least once a day. It's part of his MO. He gets up, has 5 cups of black coffee, a bran muffin the size of a softball, then he waddles into the nearest John and takes a shit so big the characters from Dune could ride it. Then he blames the cat. Really? The animal with an inherent fear of water? Yeah, bet that's who put the turd there, Al, for sure. Absolutely. One of the other big sources of arguments between she and I was me not listening to her. We agreed on that. But it got pretty funny when she would make comparisons, because this happened one time in the car. She was like, Robert, you listen to the Google Maps lady more than you listen to me. And I was like, well, the Google Maps lady only tells me what I need to hear. Left at the light. Got it. We good, Google Maps lady. What the Google Maps lady does not do is give me a direction and then ramble for 35 minutes on what she may or may not be doing later on that evening. Right? The Google Maps lady has never been like, In 9 blocks, take a right onto Jefferson Street. You know, I might see how Amber has been doing. I know her dad is back in the hospital again. The lung thing that they thought had cleared up is now back with a vengeance, and she is not getting a lot of sleep. I need to be a better friend. I might swing over there after work after stopping by the liquor store. I know she likes white wine, but I am only going to get Yellowtail because she chugs that shit so fast. I don't want to spend a lot of money if I'm lucky to get half a glass of the goddamn bottle I bought and brought over there. I also don't know why I have to be the one to step up. She has a lot of friends. I don't know where these ungrateful bitches go when she needs them. She is the first one to drop anything for these ungrateful whores, but when she needs help, they are nowhere to be found. There are better things that I would like to do with my time. Self-care is not selfish. I forget who said that, but by God, they were right, whoever it was. I have 2 unwatched episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit in my peak. Oh no, oh wait, shut up. What day is today? Today is Friday. I have 3 unwatched episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit in my Peacock. I might come home early from work and watch back-to-back rape shows that, ooh, do you know what I could go for? Shrimp. My God, I could go for some shrimp right now. Do you think Red Lobster has their endless shrimp going on? Even if they don't, I would pay full price for that shrimp. But Red Lobster is so far away. Do you think you could DoorDash endless shrimp? No, that's dumb. How would they know when it ends? You can't have an unlimited amount of something delivered. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I knew it. Well, that was the right you should have taken on to Jefferson, Robert. I don't know why you don't listen to me. I try to give you directions and you don't pay attention. It is very hurtful. You can now find your own way to Dunkin' Donuts. Like, God damn it, Google Maps link. So I'm divorced. But I do think compromise in any relationship is important. My lady and I did have a very good one that sustained us for a while, a good compromise where she would sleep with me if I'd been drinking, and I would go shopping with her at Marshall's whenever she asked me to. And it was a very fair deal, right? Because in each instance, one of us says that we're very close to finishing long before we know that to be true. So it lines up pretty... But there's worse things that can happen to a couple than divorce. I don't know if you guys saw this. The saddest news story, I think, out of the last 2 years that I saw happened in Iraq. There was a wedding that was held in Iraq a couple Septembers ago in which 100 people died. Which, for an Iraqi wedding, still not bad, but a lot nonetheless. And I know what you're thinking. It wasn't us. We weren't involved. It wasn't a foreign policy thing. We have been throwing weddings over there in like 12 years. It wasn't us. It turns out that the wedding was held in a very flammable wedding hall. And the Iraqis, go figure, love their fireworks. So at the reception, they launched them off. The whole thing went up in flames and 100 people died. And that's incredibly sad. But it's also the setup to the next series of jokes I'm going to be doing. Because I have to joke because it's so horrifying, right? It's just for my own psychological health. I have to try to make it funny to try to process something like that. I have to try to find a silver lining to it. And I admit it's not easy. It's not easy to find a silver lining to 100 people dying at your wedding. I think it's that you can probably skip the thank you notes. Right? That's going to save you like 2-3 hours. No one loves doing those anyway. Right? It's a bullshit tradition, let's be honest. Like, let me see if I got this straight. You got to eat for free, drink for free, party for free, yet I have to handwrite and mail you a thank you card like it's 1912 because you got me a $20 water pick? Go fuck yourself. Also, not nearly enough to put out the flames. The water pit could have used a hose. A hose, I could have 2 extra uncles with me right now. I'm just saying. That's definitely... 100 people dying at the wedding. It probably made the people that weren't invited feel a little bit better. You know, like at first, I imagine your feelings are probably hurt, right? Like, what the shit, Hamza? We went to school together. This is bullshit. Then you stay home, watch the soccer game that day. News comes on at night. Oh my God! Honey, get in here. We really dodged a bullet. I mean, Rafter, technically, but still. I think it was for the best that we didn't get invited. I mean, this is probably Exhibit A for why you should not wait until marriage to have sex. Because you could die horribly at the reception. I hope for their sake they weren't saving it. Now they'll never get off. Now they're in heaven. No one comes in heaven. How could you? You got Gandhi there, Jesus, right? I don't know, Betsy Ross is making eye contact with you. Good luck with, right? Do you know who I am? Yeah, the flag lady. Stop, I'm trying to bust over here, which is just not, I know who you are, Betsy. God damn it. I promise you God doesn't care. They think God cares about premarital sex. God doesn't care who you have sex with, when you have sex with them. He's got way too much on his plate already. God, right? He's got Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, you know, like the serious conflicts in this country. I thought that was funny last year. Caitlin Clark is like the Christopher Columbus of the WNBA, right? Like, it existed before her, but not for most white people, you know? So that's definitely... One of my other favorite news stories, I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you see that there was that teacher in Missouri that lost her job when it was discovered that she had an OnlyFans account? Yeah, and the school knew something was up when all the dads showed up for conferences. They're like, hold on, wait a second. Since when did these guys... There's a line around the block. They're fidgety. They're wearing sunglasses. It's nighttime. Why do they suddenly care? Immediately, they started shaming this woman when the news got out. How could she? Oh, how could she degrade herself? How could she? Well, maybe if you paid her more than $12 an hour, she wouldn't have to blow her husband on camera to afford the markers so her kids could finish the pep rally poster before Friday. Who cares what she's doing in her private life? Is it affecting her day job? Was she showing up to class covered in jizz? Like, Mrs. Johnson, come on, that's... Did you bring enough pussy for everybody? That's against policy. Some kids will feel left out. All right, was she filming in the media center? I doubt it. Leave her be. Leave her be. Right? And it wasn't just her either. A little bit closer to where I'm from. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a female Minneapolis police officer that got outed for having an OnlyFans. And she was suspended because, God forbid, people think less of the Minneapolis Police Department. Yeah, wouldn't want to ruin that sterling reputation they've had a handle on since 2020 by giving anyone an idea that a cop can please someone within the community. Yeah, leave it to the Minneapolis police to go after the one cop that takes shots to the face. You know, I think that's probably... Delayed one-person applause break over there. I'll take it. I'll take it. Obviously, the big news this past year was the election. I will say, as a comedian, I'm going to miss having Biden as president, because it was fun to make fun of the president and not have to worry, right? Because with Obama, it was like, well, is that racist? And with Trump, there'd be 4 guys in camo waiting to beat the fuck out of me in the parking lot after the show. Not a fan of that. But I made fun of Joe. Everybody laughed. It was great. I didn't have to worry. I only made fun of Joe. I didn't go after his family. God's done that enough. But it's not me. It's the Lord. That's who your problem's with. I think we should call him Job Biden, based on what God's taken from this poor fella, right? His wife and daughter in the late 70s, and then in the late aughts, he took the good. Son, he took the good. That's a dick move. God, haven't you done enough to this poor man? God's up in heaven. He's like, well, Joe, I got to take one of your boys. Is it going to be the fine, upstanding veteran attorney general from your home state of Delaware, a real peach of a fella, not a blemish on his record, or Cracky McGee over there jerking off behind that dumpster? You can keep Cracky, Joe. He might have bought a gun illegally. You're going to have to pardon him. Come on up, Bo. You're like, oh, that's not nice. That's not nice. They wouldn't let him run anymore. He's so old. He is old. He's 82. The country's 204. The U.S. is 3 Bidens old. That's how old we are as a country. It's a unit of. He's the only president we've ever had that has both Secret Service and Life Alert. You know, that's had to have been a hard gig to be his Secret Service agent. Like, the president's down. Holy shit, was he shot? No, his leg just gave out. Well, what the fuck? You know, because no one's trying to kill Biden except time, right? But what are you going to jump in front of a calendar? You know, you're not going to do anything. He had a rough go before they kicked him out when he was supposed to be the candidate, right? Because the right was trying to paint him as woke, and the left was trying to paint him as awake. And I don't think that either of those are fair, all right? Most of the time, he's neither. Let's just leave the man be, all right? I did think it was funny when they found cocaine in the White House a while back, and then Trump came out, and he's like, we know that cocaine belongs to Hunter and Joe. It's like, well, yeah, I'll give you Hunter. Hunter for sure. I don't think Joe Biden's doing cocaine. I mean, it would explain the aviator sunglasses and spending habits, but still, I don't think Joe's doing blow. But that's the fun part about Biden, is he'd be like the first president in history where if you found out he did have an insatiable cocaine habit, you'd be like, well, that's for the best, I would imagine. That's probably gets a good Columbia. What time's his meeting with Zelensky? 2 p.m.? Give him a bump right now. We need our boy sharp. And let's face it, if any president could get away with having a coke habit, it's Biden, right? Because even if his nose just started bleeding randomly, it's like, well, he's 82. That could be anything. He could have a head pipe out. He could have fallen off the bike again. You can't say for sure that that's cocaine related. But part of me wishes he did have a coke habit and was questioned about it by a reporter in the White House press corps. Because I'd love to see the moment where the reporter's like, Mr. President, is there any truth to the rumors that you have an insatiable cocaine addiction? And Biden's like, listen here, Jack. Every morning I wake up, the planet's on fire, Russia invaded the Ukraine, Israel and Hamas are at each other's throats. The guy that tried to take the election from me won again after my own party kicked me out. My son's a fuck up, my back hurts, I'm not real sure where I am. So yeah, I'm doing some fucking cocaine, Jack! And he shuffles into a closet, you know? Like, that's the ad I like to see. He started off with a pretty decent approval rating, Biden did, but then he botched that Afghanistan withdrawal. But, you know, that's what happens when you trust a Catholic with the pull-out method. It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be, going at the Catholics. Buckle up. You know, first Biden picked Kamala Harris to be his vice president, and then he picked Ketanji Brown Jackson for the Supreme Court. I don't think we've had a white Democratic president this into black chick since Thomas Jefferson, and it's about time. They went to school together, so it makes sense. They'd have a similar taste in ladies. I have to give up all these jokes now, because I was the only one when he announced he was dropping. I was like, no, Joe, shit. I immediately lost 10 minutes of my act. Like, what am I going to joke about now? I got nothing to joke about. But then Trump got shot, and I was like, I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay, actually. It's like that saying, every time God closes a door, he opens roof access 140 yards from the stage. That's definitely something. I was watching the news that day. It said, shots fired at Trump rally. And I was like, well, that could be a celebration. I mean, that could be how he's announcing his VP candidate. I don't know that that's... Then they said what it was an assassination thing. And my parents were there. And we saw it, and my dad was like, I bet this will be Trump's come to Jesus moment. And I was like, no, I bet he grabs Mary by the pussy. He probably grabs Mary just based on his track record. That's probably how they knew he survived the assassination attempt, was the one female Secret Service agent squatting above him was like, yeah, I think he got, oh, no, he's good. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, we can, let's get him his shoes and we can make sure that he's out of here. Do you guys think that every time a presidential assassin misses somewhere in hell, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald pop the champagne like the 72 Dolphins? Like, ha ha, you and me, baby, undefeated. Drink up, dog. People treat their politics differently, right? Some people want everybody to know where they stand. Other people keep it to themselves. Right, like the Trump people wear his merch with the name on it. Liberals will let you know they're liberal because they'll put their pronouns on their name tag even when it's the most obvious pronouns everyone would have guessed right away. If they had to. Roger, he, him. Oh, no shit, Raj. A lot of people get that one wrong, dog, because you're like 1.5 feet taller than me with a beard, dude. I feel like this one's probably a gimme. Why not put more obvious shit on your name tag? Like, not in a wheelchair, every day's leg day. Like, I bet it is, dude. Just want the latte. I support whatever's in your pants. I just need to, is that necessary? I mean, does it seem a little aggressive to be like, these are my genitals? Like, I'm not looking to fuck. I just want the caffeine, bro. I don't, you know? And obviously it's different if you are actually trans, it's ambiguous. Then yeah, put them on there, be yourself. Which, let's be honest, also probably liberal, right? I can't imagine there's a lot of trans conservatives out there. People going, there's 2 things I want to get rid of. This dick and illegal immigrants. Get them out of here. Build the wall and take my balls. Build the wall and take my balls. There's 2 things I want, a woman's body and someone else controlling it. Let's go! Which brings me to abortion. I know it's supposed to be a women's issue, but not the way I fuck. So here we go. I just want you all to know that I'm a very thoughtful lover, okay? I never come first, even when I'm alone, and that takes discipline, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of willpower. A lot of willpower. I do think it's important to be a good ally. I saw that within the LGBTQ community, they added an A and an I, and I was like, well, let me be informed and find out what that stands for. It turns out the A in that stands for asexual, which, what? Like, if you are asexual, great, more power to you. I just don't see the need to declare, to announce, to be like, attention everybody. I would just like all of you to know, for the record, not interested. Doesn't matter what your genitals are, what they're going to be, or where you want to put yours, or where you want other people to put theirs in you, don't care for it. It's like, well then why are you in the sexual identity group? Right, isn't that like having an atheist in church? Like, you're not gonna like any of this. They're pretty open about what they got. I don't think any of it's gonna appeal to, right? Because I read the article that said that asexual people feel excluded from the LGBT. It's like, well, yeah, they're trying to fuck. Pretty sure that's one of the points of the group. Actually, is because society their whole lives has been like, you don't get to sleep with those people. They're like, I am gonna sleep with those. Asexuals, you're taking that off the table from the get-go, right? Where's the fun in that? The Q's stand for questioning. What help you gonna get from the A's? Hey, what's it like to suck a dick? I don't know, gross. I don't think we're allowed to use that word, but okay. What's it like to go down on a woman? I don't know, gross. Like, did you get lost? Why are you here? Like, talk about pooping the party. You're bringing there's got to be groups of asexuals out there, right? Like librarians off the top of my head seems like a safe bet, or Magic the Gathering competitions in the back of the card store seems like a safe space for. I know they're out there. The article said that around 1% of the population is asexual, it would be more, but multiplying, not their thing, so it's hard to increase production when you're against manufacturing on principle. I did think this was funny, apparently, within the asexual community, which I would imagine is quite the hoot. They like to refer to each other as ace. Yeah. Which I think is slightly ironic, because ace is normally a nickname I associate with guys that get pussy. Just some Tom Cruise looking dude, bomber jacket, 5 o'clock shadow, Ray-Bans on a motorcycle. Hey, who you going to bed with tonight, Ace? Same as always, bruh. Fucking no one, dog. Yeah. You know me, dude. Hate to come. Gross. Ugh, sticky. More laundry? Not for this king. You ever have your dick stay soft for so long you forget it's even there? Oh, heaven. Vroom. Like, oh, shit, he's so cool. Ace? Isn't he the best the way he stays dry and soft his whole life? I mean, I do it too, but he could easily not, and that's what impresses me about Ace over there. He's read so many books. That guy's legit. We're gonna have to cut this part out, but I got one last. No, that asexual stays in. All that stuff. No, we're gonna. That part stays in. I mean, this little preface, because I have one bit left and then I'm done. And I'm going to act like I'm fully done, but I'm not really going to be fully done because I will be selling some related merch afterwards, and I'll do that pitch at the very end. So that part they're going to cut out because it's very unprofessional to do a merch pitch in a special. And they also told me, no, I could not put it in there. So that's definitely... All right, back to regularly scheduled programming. Thank you. I try to bring everybody together at the end of my set. I can be a little, I talk politics. That can tend to divide a crowd. So at the end, I like to bring everybody together. And I'm going to joke about guns. Now, I'm not a big gun guy. Don't let this jacket fool you. This is more country singer-songwriter than boom boom. But I wear it because it fits my look. I have a very unique look. I think my look is Bradley Cooper if the star wasn't born. And it seems that it's working out well for... Everyone always laughs too hard at that. But I'm not a gun guy, but I can relate to the responsible gun owners whenever there's a mass shooting. I can relate to the responsible ones. Because even though I'm not a gun guy, I do drink and drive. Now, not all the time. I'm not a crazy person. Only when I have to, 3 to 4 times a week. But here's the thing, and I mean this with all sincerity. I'm very good at it. Undefeated, legally, technically, and I want to take it back. Because if I can be frank with you guys, drinking and driving gotten a pretty bum rap from the bad apples. And that gets back to the gun thing, right? Because anytime there's a mass shooting, society's like, we gotta ban guns. Responsible gun owner, I'm trained, I'm protecting my friends, my family. You ban it from that. That's me with drinking and driving, right? Anytime some psycho gets T-boned, a van full of family, kills everybody, people are like, we gotta stop drinking and I'm gonna stop that guy. That guy sucks. I'm good. I'm so good. But you only ever hear about the drunk drivers that kill people. Well, newsflash media, tens of thousands of people make it safe and sound, a little buzz because they hate their fucking lives, but they're not idiots about it. Right? They set the cruise, they roll down the window. I'll speak up for you. I'll be your Lorax, all right? And it doesn't matter how many laws you pass, people are still going to drink and drive. If anything, get them better at it. Have drunk drivers ed. Let's see who can do this shit, because some people can, and they should get to. Right? You give everybody a shot or two, you try to parallel park, you knock over a cone. What's the matter? You're going to kill somebody. Flip side, you can have, 47, 48 White Claws, zipper merge, yield, 3-point turn, do all this stuff. Then you get your drunk driver's license with Mel Gibson's picture on it. Cop pulls you over, you show him that bad boy. He's like, well, you can handle yourself. You're like, well, thank you, Officer Jew. And then you go right on about your way. All right, thank you very much for coming out, everybody. You guys are fantastic. Thank you. Oh.